Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through the 5G notes on measuring the spread of data. Okay? At the end of this, you should be able to understand what the range, the upper quartile, the lower quartile, and the interquartile range is and how to find all of these things. Okay? So, let's start off with what the range is. Okay? The range, just as a quick review, is, remember, it's the maximum data value minus the minimum data value. Okay? So, taking a look at that, example 14 from page 141 says find the range of the data set. Alright, now all we really need to do is find the biggest number and subtract the littlest number. So biggest number in here looks like it's 9, and then our smallest number in here looks like it is, there's a bunch of 3's, I don't see any 2's, so we have 3. So 9 minus 3 gives us 6. So the range is 6. Alright? Okay. So with that, let's take a look at some other stuff here. Alright. Now the median divides the data into two halves, and then remember when we're finding our quartiles, each half then is divided again in half to make the quarters. So there's 4 different equal pieces. There's some specific names for each of those. The middle value of the lower half is called the lower quartile, and then the middle value of the upper half is called the upper quartile. So to show you what I'm talking about, we've got some data here. We're going to find the lower quartile, the median, and the upper quartile. Alright, so again, you always want to find, it's easiest to cut it in half and then cut it in half again. So we want to find the median first. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of data. So you take 10 divided by 2 and you get 5. So there should be, this means there should be 5 pieces of data on the lower half up to here, and then 5 pieces of data on the upper half. So right here is the median. Okay, it doesn't go right through a number. It's going to be the average of these two numbers here. So the median is going to be 6 plus 6 divided by 2, which we hopefully have all figured out that the median is going to be, in this case, 6. Okay. Now, to find the, let's take a look maybe at the lower quartile first. Here's our median right here, so that means the lower half has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. So if you take 5 and divide it by 2, you get 2.5. So there should be 2.5 below, 2.5 above, which basically means if you cross off that half, you go 1, 2. There's 2 numbers below and there's 2 numbers above, so that means that 2, this number right here, is going to be your lower quartile. Alright, and then the exact same thing with the upper quartile. There's 5 pieces here. 2.5 are below, 2.5 are above, so really that means 2 are below, 2 are above, and that number that's in the middle there is the upper quartile. Alright, so that's your how to find the lower quartile and the upper quartile, and of course the median. Alright, so far we've, on the last example, we did what the range is. We just figured out how to figure out the upper quartile and the lower quartile. And now we're going to take a look at the interquartile range. Alright. So, interquartile range is simply the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. Kind of almost how you have the regular old range is the highest number subtract the lowest number. The interquartile, inter meaning between the two quartiles, range is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. Alright. So with that, let's take a look at an example, and that's example 16 from page 142. Here's the interquartile range right here is part D. We're going to find the median, upper quartile, and lower quartile, because you have to have the quartiles to find the interquartile range, right? And you have to have the median to find the upper and lower quartile, so it's kind of nice that they make us do all that anyway. So, here is our data set. We're going to find all these things here. So, again, before we can find the median or quartiles, we've got to arrange all of this in order. So let's do that. smallest number I see there is a 2, and there's just one of them. The next one is 3, just one of those also. And then again, I really suggest crossing them off as you go so that you don't forget any. So there's 3 4s. 1, 2, 3 4s. 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5s. And then let's see, 6s. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 6s. And then 7, we just have 1 7. And then we have 2 3 8s. And then we have 2 9s. And again, as you can tell, I've crossed every number out so that I know that I've covered everything down here, so that makes my life a lot easier. So, median. We need to we need to find the median, so we got to figure out how many numbers we have. Just one quick note, I've also seen people, before finding the median, what they'll do is they'll just start counting off. I'll just show you this here, and this might be helpful. I've seen people just start counting in from the end, so they'll just cross numbers off of each end. So they cross 1 off each end there, and then they just kind of keep going and taking 1 off of each end until they end up in the middle. Only thing I don't like about that is if you lose track, then then you don't know, you might not remember exactly where you're at. So these two would be the middle one. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of that, so I'm going to do it the other way, where I'm just going to count them and then divide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 pieces of data. Right? So we take our, there we go, sorry. So we've got our 20 pieces of data, divide that by 2, and we should have 10. So we should have 10 on the left, 10 below, and 10 above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's our 10th number. So right here is our median. Keep doing that, sorry. Median. Excuse me. So for part A, to find our median, let's do these all over here. So the median is going to be 5 plus the average. It's going to be the average of 5 and 6, which gives us 5.5 is our median. Okay. For part B, our upper quartile is going to be what we have here. So again, we have 10 pieces of data. Divide that by 2, and we have 5. So we want 5 below and 5 above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here is going to be our upper quartile. Oops, I was supposed to do lower quartile first. I did C first, but that's right. Upper quartile. So for part C, upper quartile is going to be the average of 7 and 8, which gives us 7.5. Okay. The lower quartile is going to be, and again, there's 10 below here, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the lower quartile is going to be between the 4 and the 5. So lower quartile is 4 and the average of 4 and 5, which gives us 4.5. So now that we have the lower quartile and the upper quartile, we can now calculate what the interquartile range is, and again, that's just the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So we take 7.5, we subtract 4.5, and we get that the interquartile range, interquartile range is 3. Alright. So that deals with our interquartile range. Okay, and we were able to find all those. Again, median, lower quartile, upper quartile. And then here's our interquartile range. So 4.5 to 7.5. Alright.